What's up, YouTube? You know what time it is. It's MightyFan time, and this is a reply video to Jul2B's challenge, and it was an interesting challenge at that. It was if you were to pass on to the next life, what what jersey would you go out in? What? And the thing about it is, yesterday I saw the movie Final Destination 5 in 3D, and definitely would recommend seeing it if you're a fan of that franchise. But being the fact that I saw that movie yesterday, and while it's still fresh in my mind, I'm not going to put this jersey on, being the subject matter of this challenge, right now, for fear that if I do, some light's going to come down on me or something. So, I'm just going to go into the jersey, but don't expect me to put it on just now. But, when Jul2B issued the challenge, the first jersey that popped in my mind is what was this one, because this was the top grail for me for many years. It was the top of my most wanted grail list, and it took me a long time to get it. And I finally was able to get it last year, and I was just so thrilled to finally get it off the top of my most wanted grail list. And I'm, real happy to, have it in the collection. It's definitely a rare jersey. You don't see it too often. The style is also rare too for the team that wore this jersey, because they didn't wear this particular one for too long in their history. So it's a really, really nice jersey for both those reasons. A, it's a rare jersey, and B, the style itself is pretty rare. And I speak of the 1989. This is a Mitchell & Ness 1989 away gray Mike Schmidt Phillies jersey, and I just really, really like the style of this jersey. And again, the Phillies did not wear this jersey for very long in their history, but this was the away gray one that they wore during that time period. And you notice it has the old school Phillies P with the baseball seam going in there. It's like a little baseball in there. It's pretty cool in that logo. I know you see a lot of Philly throwback jerseys and they don't have this little extra. It's because they kind of wore this particular one, I think, in the mid to late 80s on into the early 90s, and then they went to what they currently wear. But this old school Phillies P, as you see on the shirt, has that little baseball seam in it too. But a lot of times you'll see that logo without it, but in this case it has it on there, right on the jersey, because it had it on the jersey at that time. And it also has my all-time favorite Phillies logo on the sleeve, which is the logo that you see there. It's the logo that they actually wore on the throwbacks that they wore some weeks ago when they played and defeated the San Diego Padres at home. Their old 1984 home white throwbacks. They had that Independence Hall Phillies patch, and it's my all-time favorite Phillies logo, because that's the one I remember growing up with. And yes, I do want to get one of those 1984 Phillies throwbacks that they wore during that game, though the prices are kind of high for those. I've seen them at stores, but you can't find one cheaper than $250. Although I'd imagine probably after the season they'll probably hopefully they'll go on sale, because they were only worn once. So but yeah, I've seen them. I've seen the authentic Roy Halladay and Cliff Lee versions of those jerseys around at local models and stuff, and I do want to get one, but I have to either stack some coupons or codes or something like that. I'm not paying $250 for it. As much as I like it, I won't do it. I've never spent $200 on a jersey. I don't plan on ever doing it, because I feel you don't have to. You just wait for the sale. But yes, back to the jerseys again. The 1989 Road Gray Mike Schmidt Mitchell & Ness, and being it's the 1989, it does have the All-Star patch on the other sleeve from the All-Star game in California that year, the home of the Angels. It was held that year in their ballpark, and it was the game that Bo Jackson was the MVP of. I do have that jersey too. So That was another grail of mine that I was able to get off the list last year. But this was my all-time most wanted grail, and I was finally able to get it last year, and I'm just, still really thrilled to finally, have it and, not have to worry about it on the list. And the Schmidt, of course, is double stitched on the nameplate with the 20 on the back. And I've always said then, of course, the trim, the maroon and white trim going around the sides and on the sleeves. And I've always said this, and I always will say this, is that road grays are some of my favorites because everything always just seems to pop on them. The number, the fonts of the lettering, the numbers, the colors of the fonts of those, numbers and letters, they always just really stick out to me. In fact, yesterday I was having a little conversation with a guy who I went to a local mall, and I was having a conversation with one of the workers at Lids, and we were talking about hats and jerseys and all sorts of stuff. And I had made mention of that I really like road gray jerseys because everything just pops on them so much. So I'm a big fan of them. But yes, 1989, the legit. There it is. The jock tag, Mitchell & Ness, Mike Schmidt, road gray. Again, you don't see this one very often. For a couple reasons. One is, of course, it's an older Mitchell & Ness jersey. I believe this one was made in, I want to say USA, but I just want to make sure. Yes, made in USA. It's an older made in USA version. And it's an older one they made years ago, and also it's a style Phillies jersey that you still really don't see too much of. The old, I'd say late 80s, early 90s road gray jerseys that they wore for a short period in their history. So it'd be kind of cool to see the Phillies kind of wear these as a retro jersey someday on a road series because these are pretty cool, and I like them. But at any rate, Jul2B, that is my reply. Come on, you knew it had to be either a Phillies or Eagles or Flyers or Sixer jersey for me, right? But yes, the 89 away gray Mike Schmidt, Mitchell & Ness Phillies throwback. That's definitely mine that I would go out in. But again, I'm not going to put it on now because, after watching one of the Final Destination movies, yeah, you got to be careful. But at any rate, that's my reply to your challenge there, Jul2B. Great challenge by you. Thanks for the challenge. I always look forward to challenges. They're always fun videos to do, and they're always fun to come up with, to see what everyone kind of comes up with their replies too. I know quite a few people replied to that challenge, so that's good to see. But at any rate, Jul2B, hope you enjoyed this reply to your challenge, and I guess that's going to do it for me. I do have a pickup on the way. It still has to come in the mail, so once that comes, I'll be making a video for it, so keep an eye out for that. Hope you all liked the last video I put up on my channel. I know it's kind of different than the norm that I usually do, but, I always say, hey, you know what, if you got to have fun, doing things sometimes. And one of the things that I've always had a passion for is music, and as well as sports, is music, and trying to put some of my favorite music to some of my other, favorite interests. And so, you'll probably be seeing, videos like that from me on my channel from time to time. It's just a lot of fun for me to make them, and I always just, that the idea for that, kind of just popped in my head that night. And I said, you know what, while it's still fresh in my mind, let me just do it. And so I did. And it's, it's a lot of fun. It takes a while, there's some editing involved, and there's, a bunch of different, it takes a little while to put it all together. But I definitely have fun making that, and I call that series Mighty Music. And, you're going to be seeing some more of that down the road, to be sure. It's just, again, it's just a creative outlet, just to do. Like some people do artwork, some people, do whatever they do that's their artistic expression, and that's mine. So I hope I hope you guys enjoyed that video. For those who watched it, and you know what, I mean, there will be more of that in the future. I plan on making maybe one try to make like a music video maybe once a month or so. Just make it like a monthly series. So, you know, to be sure, you'll be seeing more of MightyFan's Mighty Music. So, but I hope you guys enjoyed that. I don't know how many actually viewed that video because it is different from the norm that you see of me, but on my channel. But it is something that I have plans on doing some more of in the future, as well. Of course, is all the you know the collecting videos for jerseys and stuff like that, hats and whatever comes my way. But but at any rate, once again, big shout out to Jul2B for the challenge. Big shout out to all of my other fellow jersey heads out there. I know a bunch of you guys have been putting out some videos. Great pickups by all you guys. Big shout out as always to all my subscribers. You know, thank you so much for subscribing to my channel. Keep hitting that subscribe button to me and to all my other fellow jersey heads as well. And of course, also as always to my family and friends. And this is MightyFan's saying I'll see you in the next video. Peace. Bye.